Aaron walks behind his real estate agent as he shows him the whole house. The house is 2 spacious floors, 24 hours water and electricity, and has a beautiful lawn. As Aaron walks through the house, he thinks the rent is affordable and the place is amazing. At the end of the tour, Aaron's agent brings him to one final room at the far end of the house on the ground floor. "Why is this room empty?" Aaron asks curiously. "Well, you see, since you are on a limited budget and you requested to find a spacious house, and you have already rejected 12 previous houses, this is the best I could do for you," the agent replied. "Mike, I know my budget and how many houses I rejected. What I am asking is why this room in the entire house is empty. I'm getting an entire furnished house except for this one room. Mr. Aaron, you are not getting the entire house." Broken bar. Aaron makes a confused face at Mike. Broken bar. "You will get the first floor of the house and this floor is already rented out." "What?" Aaron is baffled by this revelation. "Look, this is your last resort, because after this there aren't any more houses which come under your budget, and the other renter doesn't mind sharing either." "I mind. I can't share a house. What if the other person is a criminal? All criminal records, medical records and even academic records of the other renter have been thoroughly checked. So the decision is yours, you want it or not." Aaron and Mike are still standing in the empty room. He thinks over the offer one more time and decides it's better than a small apartment or a shabby house in a bad neighborhood. "This is my last option?" Aaron reluctantly asks. "Yes, or you could pick one of the previous places." "Fine, I'll take it. Give me the contract and the lease. Also, what is this room?" A broken bar. "In the original house plan this was the guest room, away from the family, giving the guest privacy. This comes under the other renters area. The areas you will be sharing are the lawn and the balcony. You will be getting separate bills for both water and electricity, but the gas bill is shared and both have separate kitchens as well." Mike goes on and on about the specifics. Aaron only half pays attention. Once the lease and the contract is signed, Aaron and Mike part ways. Aaron returns to his hotel room for the evening to pack his clothes and any valuables he has. He spends the night and in the morning he heads to the reception where he pays for the last few weeks and clears his tab. Once outside the hotel, the Uber he called is waiting for him. Unexpectedly, the Uber only takes him halfway because the car has a flat tire. Aaron walks the rest of the way and reaches his new home in 30 minutes. Once inside the house, Aaron notices bags and boxes all over the ground floor, signaling the other renter's presence. Aaron ignored the boxes and made his way to his part of the house. The first floor had 2 bedrooms, each having their own bathrooms, a balcony looking over the lush lawn and a lounge area, all of which came fully furnished. This part of the house was designed exactly to Aaron's taste, with dark grey to black matted walls and leather furniture. Aaron placed his clothes in the room he preferred and made the other bedroom into his study. After he is done with his work, he heads to the kitchen and heats up the frozen food he ordered. Around 11 p.m. Aaron headed to his room, and once inside he closed the door and locked it. 2 hours later he heard a knock on the door, but when he opened the door he found a small plush doll and a note lying on the ground. He picked up the doll and the note. The doll was dirty but also cute, and then read the note. "Dear neighbor. Hello. I would like to present you with a gift to show there is no hostility from my side. I also want to welcome you. I hope we can live together in peace. Hope you like the gift." His name is Josh. Aaron threw the note in the bin but kept the doll. He washed the doll and dried it so it would not look dirty and kept it on his nightstand. And from then on Aaron would keep Josh next to him all the time, in his study, in the kitchen, and even when watching TV. He hadn't seen his neighbor ever since he moved, but always received notes from time to time. Few months later Aaron woke up in the middle of the freezing night to the sound of his TV. He got up to see and found the TV was on and Josh sat in front of it. Aaron closed the TV and turned to get Josh, but it wasn't there anymore. He looked everywhere in the lounge and the kitchen, but Josh wasn't there either. Suddenly he felt drawn towards his room and he found Josh on the nightstand. I must be dreaming, Aaron said to himself out loud. After that night Josh would go missing and then appear somewhere else, and this worried Aaron a lot. Once Aaron had put Josh in the bedroom and was working in his study on some documents. Aaron had walked away from the desk to retrieve a file from the file cabinet, and on his return he saw Josh on his desk. After that Aaron had had enough and went to see his neighbor with Josh clutched in his hands. Aaron checked all the rooms, but there was no sign of the other renter or a sign that anyone actually lived there. Aaron had one last room to check, the guest room. He walked towards the door slowly as if expecting someone to jump at him. This part of the floor got colder and colder by every step he took. The hand in which he had Josh turned as cold as ice, but he didn't let go of Josh. Once at the door Aaron called out, "Hello, hey neighbor." His voice cracked under the low temperature. He touched the doorknob and the door flew open. He heard a little boy's voice, inaudible whispers. "Hey, I'm a broken bar kid, a broken bar. Are your parents home? I need to speak with them," Aaron said calmly so as not to scare the boy. "I'm not a boy, silly. But come in and please join my tea party," the little girl's voice said. "I never said you were a boy." He seemed confused by the situation. The room was dark, like it was painted black. Aaron takes another few steps into the room. "But you were thinking about it, weren't you? Just like when you were exposing your boss, but you didn't, or the time when you were ready to kill your brother because he held you back, or the time in a broken bar." The voice echoed. "Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Did I hurt little Ronnie?" All the color drains away from Aaron's face as soon as he hears his nickname, a name no one can call him, not anymore. "I'm leaving." Aaron breaks into a run towards the door, but before he could reach it, it slams shut. He bangs on the door over and over again and screams at the top of his lunges, but all in vain. "Little Ronnie, come to me." A dark figure steps out of the darkness. Its face is covered with long black hair and only one of its eyes is visible. "Little Ronnie, come to me." The figure steps closer and Aaron turns around to face it. "Stay away, don't come near me." He looked the figure in the eye and in panic threw Josh at it. Josh landed on the figure's unseen face and didn't fall off. "What is this, a little doll?" The figure tried to take the doll off its face but couldn't. "I won't let you," was a tiny voice, but it stopped the figure. "You will not hurt him." The voice grew louder. In a matter of seconds, in front of Aaron, Josh fell and another figure appeared. This figure was lighter and had a soft aura and proceeded to hold the dark figure away from Aaron. Josh turned his head slightly and said, "Run." Aaron had managed to open the door and bolted. Few minutes of running and he would be outside, but he ended up in the same room again. Aaron tries again, but to no use. He keeps ending up in the same room. After 10 tries Aaron has given up and finally turns to see what has happened to Josh and the dark figure. Josh is no longer the soft aura he first saw, but has turned dark just like the other figure. "Aaron, stay with me," Josh says, with empty eyes. "Please let me go," Aaron begs, but he has been pushed into a corner. Both Josh and the dark figure tower over him. 7 months later, Mike and a woman in her mid-20s stand in the guest room. "Okay, so this is the guest room, but it's not part of the area I rent. Am I correct?" The woman asks politely. "Yes. That is correct." "Well, I'm in love with this house. Let's sign the contract." The woman moves in the next day and at night finds a pair of dolls and a note at her bedroom door. The note says, "Hello neighbor, I welcome you with a gift. This is Josh and Aaron, I hope you like them." The woman takes the dolls into her room and places them on the nightstand. While she prepares for bed, the doll's head turns to face her.